People believe that the paranormal and science are separate. But what they don't know, that they are both joined together as one. Join Ben and Louisa on their quest as they bring together science, occult, and the paranormal, only on Occult, History, and Science with Ben and Lou.
Good evening, everybody. How are we all doing? I apologise on my half zombiness at the minute. I've been working flat out all week. Thursday, it's only Friday. It's barely a week. I apologise on that one. I'm in the middle of doing. Started Monday at work, doing 10-hour shifts, and I'm finishing on next Friday. So yeah, it's been a long couple of weeks, but hope we're all well. Nice to see some people popping up. Hello, Kate, as normal. Kate, I've got some good news for you. You might enjoy. Nice to see you there. And Dave, nice to see you. So the dogs have been their craziness. Lou is here. She's just resting at the side because she's just done a long drive back to Stoke.
All right.
Yes, she is here. See?
Was there any in that?
There was a little drop.
Yes, well,
Sorry, guys. Oh, it's cheap, nasty lemonade.
it's diet.
Oh, it's diet lemonade. Don't do diet lemonade. But yes, this is just a general catch up and questions. So, anyone, if you have any paranormal questions you'd like to ask, by all means, throw them up as I sort of go on a ramble tonight. So, main big thing. I am going to be putting a show together. Me and Kate have spoke about this in the past. We are going to I'm actually going to get in contact with Kate at some point, and we're going to start the sort of looking at ancient history on alien visitations and alien sites. Because I know she's been dying to do a show on that. And we did say we was going to organise one, so hopefully we'll get that one sorted. Oh, we've got loads of people. Hello, new people. Hello, Jim. It's always a pleasure having you along, buddy. Got some old friends. Daryl, nice to see you. Oh, got lots of people. Oh, Jacqueline, brilliant person. Another person I need to talk to. I need to get in contact with you after the show if I can do. I want to find out some information from you, more so on how your book is coming along, and would love to get you on to talk about it as well. So yeah, it's been a struggle the past couple of weeks. We've been massively busy. That's why we've not been on a lot, but hopefully I get it all started. For those of you that didn't see Friday's show, go check out the new merchandise. It is absolutely amazing and brilliant. We had Pentagraphics. Oh God, actually awake tonight, guys. We had Pentagraphics on. They have shown some amazing stuff. We've had some really good guests as well. Speaking of which, Mandy, nice of you to join us along. I won't mind doing a show with you as well at some point. I've got to try and organise these shows now, guys. I am back in full swing. We did have Mandy on. Honestly, go check the show out. It was brilliant. Last Sunday's show, it was amazing. Brilliant guest. Absolute brilliant guest. Right, I've got the two dogs doing random stuff at the minute. Jackie, thank you very much. Annette, nice to see you. So yeah, it's wow, I wasn't expecting a lot of people on tonight, so you kind of blew me away with it. don't know if anyone can hear this, but at the minute, Buster, our young pup, is growling at his foot because he's using his foot to scratch his ear. He's growling at his own foot. So you may randomly hear a few barks. But yeah, hello, Kelly, as well. Nice for you to join us. Yeah, I remember I was going to say something before I got completely lost and distracted by the dogs. Yeah.
Tickets are still available for the Warmly Clock Tower.
Yep, tickets are still available for us joining. There we go. Science Beyond the Grave. Yep. Where is it? Warmly. Sorry, guys. Shut up.
Warmly Clock Tower.
Warmly Clock Tower.
In Bristol.
Come and join us. There is
Tickets
got
available.
special guests.
Overnight sleepover.
Yep.
£50.
Special guests. You've got me and Lou there, and you've got obviously Embrace the Darkness as well. Shut up. Sorry, guys. But yeah, be a brilliant night. Honestly, go check them out. In fact, if I remember correctly, we do have a short video. Actually, a second.
Welcome to the Other Dimension Network, exploring the unexplained, in partnership with Embrace the Dark, Paranormal, Science Beyond the Grave, Haunted Museum and Spirit Shop, Stoke. And lock in to our other shows: The Witch's Closet with Scarlet Witch, Divination with Louisa Brown, Occult History and Science with Ben and Lou. Only on the Other Dimension Network.
So yeah, sorry guys, you can suddenly see the back end of a pup. He just come charging in at the camera. But yeah, they are some of the sponsors that we have on the group. Honestly, go check them out. Brilliant guys. Brace Darkness is a mixture of a good laugh and some serious paranormal stuff as well. But go check them out. Also, go check out Paranormal Paths as well. Jacqueline's page, brilliant person, brilliant entertainment stuff on there as well for you to watch and enjoy. Go check out Jim. I'm just going to try and push everyone's channels that are here at the minute as well. Just go check out everyone that is linked up to our page. Honestly, we have a brilliant group mind, all of us, and it's rare I say this, but there is para unity between a lot of us, which is nice to see. And yet I've just said the word. I said the P word. But yes, we have a lot of love and respect for a lot of the people that we do work with. And yeah, go check them out. Honestly, they do some brilliant shows. But puppies stuff.
Puppies are getting excitable.
Question from Jim. Ben, if you were investigating a woodlands say area, what would you describe of a feral being? Cheers, Jim. The mysterious ferals that I always go on about. A lot of people see them and don't realise they've seen them. A feral would roughly be a figure about 4 foot tall. That's about all I will say on here. Because there's a lot complicated to it, Jim. And I really want to organise an investigation with you again at some point as well.
We're going on an investigation with them next month.
Oh, apparently we're going on an investigation with you next month that I have completely forgotten, so I apologise on that one.
Yeah, it's okay. You're in the diary.
Yeah. So, Jim, I'll explain to you there. I'll give you a brief run through as well. Speaking of that, the course I am organising with a friend of mine as well. We're seeing what we can and can't put in it, so that people don't get too confused or go too deep into stuff that they don't need to go into, and we can cover certain areas that we want to cover so that everyone can understand it to a degree. By the way, this is Buster. If for those of you who've never met him, He's one, and he's a pain in the arse. But yes,
What's your excuse?
my excuse is I'm just me. I'm naturally a pain in the arse. Yeah, I have obviously recently as well started back at uni as well. Well, it's a uni course I'm doing, but it's complicated to explain. But I've gone back to studying quantum physics now, which is really and utterly pickling my brain because I'm still trying to I'm finding ways of bringing quantum physics into the paranormal field to explain certain things, which is really useful. So I'll keep you guys in check on that. So watch out for some shows that are going to be just purely based on quantum mechanics, quantum physics, and everything like that. So I apologize in advance if them shows are boring. No, because even I find some quantum mechanics boring when it's being explained. Where you need to understand the basics to understand everything. And as someone has rightly said, and I can't remember the name of it, if you understand quantum mechanics, then you don't understand quantum mechanics.
Chris.
That was well, I can't remember who was quoted. It was Chris that said it. It was a brilliant quote, but I'm pretty sure it's one of the leading scientists trying to understand quantum mechanics. She's here. Trying to understand quantum mechanics and can't. It is the basis of if you understand it, you don't understand it. Trust me, I'll try and explain when I'm next on. Did see a question. Kate, have you heard the theory that the pyramids are actually ancient spaceships and they can fly if that's right? With the right keys and the knowledge used. Yeah, I lean towards more Stargate there. Kate, if you get that, you'll understand. In fact, if quite a few people understand that reference, I'll be impressed. And it also shows my geekiness. Yeah, Kate, we'll do a massive show on it. I'm sure we'll get Lou involved as well.
Why not?
Might have to subject her to watching a lot of TV series. Conversation for you. I think I've spent quite a few times talking to your dad about quantum mechanics. It's surprising how many people are actually impressed and actually want to talk about quantum physics. We've got some quite good questions at the minute. What's your understanding of the difference between Dijin and demonics? It's interesting that Islamic texts don't really mention demons. There is a reference, and that is why. Jinn and Dijin are Middle Eastern demonics. The word demonic doesn't really exist within Middle Eastern culture, because they mainly deal with Jinn, Dijin, and the other 7 variations. It's more towards European and even far sort of like East Asia, Far East, that deal with more demonic spirits. It's slightly weird, but it's not people often mistake it as it's just a different terminology. It's not. They are completely different entities themselves. I'm trying to think of a way of wording it, make it clearer. You only get. I don't mean to offend anyone with saying this, but it's the only way I can really think of doing it. You only really get Arabs from the Arab nations, which are the Middle East. Same as you only get like French people from France. If that kind of makes sense. I can't use France because you get French Canadians. Hopefully you kind of get the gist. Like you only get Arabs from Asia, from the Middle East. So Jinn only reside themselves in the Middle East, kind of thing. I think I've properly screwed up explaining that, but hopefully that helps you understand.
Right. Here's what he's saying. It's rare to get jinns of any kind out of like their native homelands, unless they're kind of brought across by somebody or an attachment or attached to something. Then generally they will stick to that area, and they are being in their own right there. Where they differ from demons, demonics, because they go back. You can trace them back to the Mesopotamian era,
Yeah.
and it's all kind of that side of thing. And they've been brought forth a little bit more, obviously, through like
Yeah.
the people. I lost where I'm going.
So
You
My
know the
brain
spark of
suddenly
my brain
clicked, yeah.
went where.
basically Jinn and D-Jinn stick to what's known as the sands, so they stick to the deserts and that lot. Demonics do not reside in the deserts. They tend to stay away from the deserts. They reside on the edges of the deserts, but it's Jinn, D-Jinn, and there's the other 7 categories that sort of own the territory of the sands, if that kind of makes sense.
Very
Yeah, it's very territorial cross. If anyone wants to look into it, look into Iran's war with the Jinn. You'll find odd bits and bobs dotted about. But hopefully that explains it. Hopefully that helps explain it. There's a difference between. Yeah. I'd love to hear views on 0 point energy from Stargate series. Yeah, 0 point energy is. The theory of 0 point energy is there. I need to sit down and actually read all through it again and try and get my head screwed on again, because I stepped away from a lot of stuff recently because I've had a hell of a lot going on at home. But yeah, we'll soon be back to normal. Question. Jinn are not something to be screwed around with. Yeah, pretty much. Put it this way, I've been out there, seen stuff, and even I've run from a Jinn. You just run. Anyone in the Middle East just runs from them. They're very territorial. There's a lot of stories of them being very territorial and people just laying it. Question. Okay, why don't spirits like from Victorian Tudor area cross over, though after they've been there for such a long time they'd want to move on? Depends. Sometimes they don't. Sometimes quite happy sat watching the show. If that kind of makes sense. You think about it, if you're more intrigued and want to see what's going to happen, you might as well just hang around. You have to remember, once the separation of your energy, in a sense, in your body is separated from the actual mass, and you become what's known as a singularity circulation or energy sphere, I think was the term that I was given to me. You basically can exist whenever you want. Time's irrelevant. So you can sit and watch as long as you want.
Or you could pop over to the other side for a little bit.
Yeah.
And then pop back over.
Yeah, pretty much.
It's not like that you have to stay in one place or the other. You can come back and forth.
Time, it's an Albert Einstein. Time is relative to the person viewed. So it's one of them things. For what we are seeing now doesn't necessarily mean we're seeing it as it is, and I will fall straight into quantum physics if I go any further than that. Got one. What would you say is the most territorial to Europe? Most territorial in Europe, entity-wise, has got to be, and I know loads of people are going to laugh on this one. The most territorial spirits in Europe are the hounds. They are massively territorial. Seeing the Moorland hounds, the Death Omen hounds, whatever they go by name-wise, they are considered the most territorial of where their areas are in Europe. Especially places like Germany, like the Black Forest. They are incredibly territorial there. Romania, the territorial. Pretty much everywhere they're territorial. Then the only place they don't really reside is Rome. And that's about it, really. So, yeah, without getting an actual schematic out. And believe it or not, there is actually things that exist, like maps that exist of where territories are. And it's weird. Apart from the 16th, 17th century stuff. What we got here? No, I intend to hang around. I'm going nowhere. Yeah, I would though, wouldn't you? You just stick and hang around for a bit. Just see how it all plays out. You got no place in it anymore, but just sit around and watch it all go.
More people have Pokemon.
Come back and just randomly annoy. Like, I'm pretty sure all of us in this chat and all of us on the page are all going to come back just to annoy paranormal investigators, like the next generation. Will the hounds travel away from Europe? There's story of the hounds all over the world, with all different names and stuff like that. They get absolutely everywhere. Absolutely everywhere. Question: how is the Salem Church? Is that how we spell that right? Salem Church.
Different to other religious orders.
Salem Church. Oh, you mean Satanist Church, or do you mean Salem Church? Because Salem, I am new to that. Jacqueline. Oh, this is technology. I want to amuse my friends. Yeah. Mark Cooper, nice to join us. Mark Cooper is also the main guy admin for Embrace the Darkness. Go over and check them out, as you saw the video. Like I said, they have serious moments and they have a laugh as well.
He also got a cooking page on.
He also has the new cooking pages, yeah, and he does some beautiful food.
Just like
Just randomly, he does some beautiful looking food. Go check it out. Salem, Church of Salem. Is that the Church of Witches? I know I heard about there being a Church of Witches in America. I'm not sure. Yeah. Okay, I have to admit, you got me on this one. Is there any way detecting a hound truck? Sorry for the bad spelling. I asked because we live around the corner from where they are. So you can't really detect them. There's myths and legends on how they appear and when they appear. Said to be the beginning of storms, said to be with the early morning fog. And supposed to be when death's near, or there's 1,001 different tales. 1,001 different tales. Are the hounds different to dogmen? Yeah, dogmen. Sorry, God. Dogmen. I know what you're on about. So dogmen are more sort of werewolf sightings than hound sightings. Believe it or not, there's actually a mass difference between the sightings. I might do a show on that actually. Yeah, I will do a show, guys. If everyone's interested, I'll do a show between dogman sightings and hound sightings.
Salem Church is a non-denominational body in the mainstream of Protestant Christianity.
Oh, so it's basically just cool. Oh, I didn't know that. And yes, before anyone jumps on that wagon and starts calling me, any religion that technically springs off from its own origins is classified as a cult.
The founder was Archbishop Sam Amaga. From Nigeria.
Yeah. What's this? I'm staying to play with the. Yeah, I like that one. I will admit that one. I'm sure I can scrub you some, mash it up. How's beans on toast? Beans on toast is awesome, man. It's Salem Baptist. There's loads around in the US. It's very interesting, as I've never heard of them. I wonder how it's different. Well, I could always just go ask.
Yeah, I was
going to ask if it is cool. I don't want to offend anyone in America, but literally they have religions spring up out of the middle of nowhere.
Salem's foundational beliefs are centered around Jesus and the message we have about him found in Scripture.
So yeah, it's basically just another
What you
Demon-
say demonic?
Demon. I can't think of. I
What?
can't pronounce the word.
Denomination?
That's the one. Denomination.
Oh, we've got a bit of history.
We need to do a show of just other dimension outtakes because that's got to be one there.
Okay, Salem's history. Born out of a house church meeting in 1895, a few people believed in the importance of growing God together. This small group of people began to believe God for more, and eventually that group grew into what is now called Salem Church of God. Throughout the years, the people of Salem have especially been passionate about kids, missions, and music. Salem has been and continues to be a sending church, commissioning leaders, ministries, and churches to spread the news of Jesus around the city, country, and world.
So, yeah, they basically came out of the shadow of the Salem witch trials in a sense. Because during the 1800s, everyone was looking back into the trials because it was a massive thing, wasn't it? It was the rise of occultology again. So, yeah. And I'm pretty sure I may have seen some of them over in this country that give out the crosses made out of like single wreath, like single blades of wheat, I think. I'm not sure.
There are places on came up with a few different locations here there.
There's a lot of strange things. I would have thought the Salem would be a cult. Yeah. Yeah. A lot of Christianity spring off. Like, in a sense, Christianity itself is a spring off. Actually, technically, a cult spring off from Catholicism. So, but I won't get into that because we'll be here all night. I've got a story of a sighting I had of a Lucan werewolf. Honestly, if anyone ever has any ghost stories or any like sightings like that, write them up, throw them on the page so everyone can read them. Honestly, trust me, no one will take the piss because if they do, I'll drop on them like a lead balloon and they will not like it. If I go in and ask, I might never leave. Trust me. Okay, I will show you some stuff to make them throw you out in a good manner. I've got a story of a werewolf side. I'd love to share it if you're interested. If you do a show on them, I will organise a show. Yeah, honestly, get stories. People get your sighting stories up on the page as well. It'd be brilliant. I've completely lost track of what I was actually going to mention tonight on the show because everyone's bombarding me with questions. This is awesome. I haven't had this in a while. What was the most interesting place of cultology significance you've been to? Oh, can't say it. That's the problem. Let me just say it's in Rome. I can't remember the name of it, and I'm not really allowed to say. However, I did find a loophole in it. It's in Rome. You can find it via Google. You need to look around the Vatican, just over the bridge opposite the pyramid, and you will see the certain markings on the floor through Google. I've taken you there, and you've seen through the gate, and then it goes starting dot across down. Sorry, starting up across down, down, down. Honestly, if I can snag an image, I'll have a look later. I'll put it up for you. But it is an interesting place, especially if you know what goes on there. Stuff that's not supposed to be known. But they make it since Google Earth, they've like tried to shush like 17 and 1800s designs that were never expected to be seen from freaking space. Never expected a satellite to go. But yeah, I'll get it up. I had a dogman sighting in Derbyshire in 1978. There was a lot of sightings around that time, especially in the. Was it in the Peak Districts by any chance, Auntie Sarah? Because if it is, I could probably give you a lot more. Captain Wild Bill, nice to see you, buddy. We need to get you on the show as well at some point soon. Raz is on Google Maps now, but honestly, look round the bridge. You will see it. You can't miss it. Anyone that knows the frame for cultology is there. Yes. Yeah. Jordan, nice of you to see us. Brooks Paranormal, good for a good night out as well. They do a very professional group as well, and they do some really good experiences as well. Really good experiences. Sarah, yeah, Peak District, yeah. There was a lot going on around that time. I'll explain when I next see you as well. There's a lot of good stories. A lot of good stories. There was there was stories of a scrap as well between two dogmen and some hounds apparently happening up on Snake Pass Moorland, which is up on top of the moorlands but across from Snake Pass. For those of you, I've just realised I'm talking to people that have never even been to Derby, never alone the UK. There's a high road that comes out through a valley, which is known as Snake Pass, because it's basically snakes around the valley, comes up onto what you would consider the ideal picture of moorlands. And it was said to have happened up there on one night when the fog rolled in the wrong direction, which is weird to say the wrong direction, but I'll explain it, but my head's a bit more switched on. We do try. No, you guys always do a really nice evening as well. It's really good to go on them. We don't get on them as much as we used to, which is a shame, but we wanted to try. Just have you got a picture of them all? I suppose you can go for that Snake Pass, but that's not Snake Pass. That's Winter Pass. Is there brain kicking? Is it on that alley road? That's the library entrance. Is on that's back. Yeah, Bill, you know which one I'm on about. Yeah, I'm pretty sure you know exactly which one I'm on about. Wild Bill says hello, boss. She says hello. Physically told me to leave. Yeah, there was a lot of territorial disputes up there at the time, and a lot of cults were setting up on the moorlands during the 70s and that lot. We got loads of questions. Very good. Oh, do you have a recommendation for occult research of things you talk about don't show up on Google unless I use specific codes to pull up? Yeah, no, that's the thing. That's what a lot of people notice, and you'll start to notice it. Everything I go on about, if not like 90% of the stuff I go on about, you won't find on Google until you start going through Academy records or Academy articles as you found. Then it starts pulling everything up. And you also start to notice my name a lot of the time on a lot of papers. So, yeah, Occultology teachings. You can buy basically what's known as the Occultology Bible, which is the 3 books on Occultology. What's the terminology? Occultology philosophy. It's a massive book, and it gives you all the basics in there to start off with, but it is a very heavy read. But it's a brilliant, honestly, brilliant book. You can get it hardback, but it's bloody expensive when it's hardback. I will fetch it in a minute once I reach a certain point. Was only getting you started. Yeah, pretty much. And it's in Latin. Out of all of the paranormal type creatures, is there any you downright don't believe in at all? Well, I say Slenderman, but they're all bloody urban legends. There is quite a few, believe it or not, that all pull aside and go, "Yeah, no, it's a load of crap." I'm trying to think of some, because I just sort of go, "Yeah," and bat them off. can't think of any really. I'm trying to go through an encyclopedia method to try and think of stuff that I've sort of gone meh, and that's about it. I don't know. Any you don't really believe them?
No, well, I don't I can think of. I don't know, 'cause a lot of things you think, oh no, that's not real. They kind of like have sort of parts where they come. Yeah, it's like the how we envision them now. They're like mermaids, for example. How we envision a mermaid now.
Yeah.
It does have like historical sort of backing, but how we see them, how we think of them when we I can't get words out. Barely you contagious. When we imagine things now is obviously altered from kind of the original state where the sort of the myth kind of like came from.
Yeah. Like going with the ideology of mermaids, like the siren sound came from certain noises that happen at sea. At certain frequencies can put you into a sort of translucent state where they can confuse the hell out of you. And a lot of the mermaid stories, a lot of people think mermaid stories started with like the manatees, but they were around long before that. So that, I don't know. See, a lot of stuff like I won't say no until I've actually looked into it. Oh, here's what we got. Loch Ness. I'm still very out there. I believe it's a creature. I don't believe it's what people think it is. So I'm very sort of like that. Like I sort of want to understand things. Fairies, mistaken elementals, and mistaken creatures. Yeah, again. Bigfoot. Yes, I'm a massive believer in Bigfoot because there's masses of evidence to suggest it, and if it's hard for us to understand in England because of how small our country is. Like we basically are the size of a city in America. I think if I might be wrong, but I think like Texas is like 1,000 miles across and 1,000 miles up. To put it into perspective for us, like in Europe, from the UK to the other side of sort of, well, from the UK to Rome. So say East Midlands Airport to Rome is 1,000 miles. That's Europe. So that's covering France, Italy, and all that. That's covering most of Europe will fit inside Texas, and that's just one state in America. So it's mad. Oh, Jacqueline, bless you. Oh, she's Loch Ness now. Brilliant. I'd love to. I still would love to go up there. We might have to go up there at some point.
I would like to
Once I get the van sorted, we can camp out in the van and go
really
up. Okay. Being big.
in the back of the van.
But there's still so much that big rock that we don't know. Yep, pretty much. I think Middle Earth. Yeah. Well, we'll get more English. Blah. Blah. The English have my ability to read just going. Sorry, guys, my brain's shutting down. England, just read it for me, please.
The English have no context of distance. Americans have no concept of time. We have doorknobs older.
Thank you. Yes, agree with that. Sorry, guys. Honestly, my brain. I only come on for like I was supposed to only be on for like 20 minutes. I just didn't realise it was going to roll like it. It was only to give a quick update. Yeah. Yes, I've interviewed Steve, who quit his job over 30 years ago to look into the Loch Ness and still lives on the banks of the Loch. Yeah, people dedicate their lives to it, and full credit to them for doing it. Dedicate your life to a passion. I got your doorknob. Oh dear, it is funny. But yeah, do you have anything you want to say?
I was just gonna sit here.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was expecting to have a little waffle and then go.
Yeah. Wow, guys. Honestly, don't get me wrong. I love it when you all come on with your questions. It's brilliant.
Right.
It just like completely shocked me because I'm like still existing on barely any sleep and a lot of hours of work. So my brain was not expecting all this, but it's brilliant. Honestly, any more questions? Fire them away. It's brilliant to have more people on. But yeah, we're going to get obviously main show. We're going to get more guests on as well. We've got a lot of things lined up. Damon's getting his conspiracy theories on Patreon, I believe, if I remember correctly. Bill, I love watching Ben get flustered. Bill, in the most polite manner. Take the long road with the short walk. Important question. Are you growing a Gandalf beard? I am.
No, it fiddles around with it too much. It falls out.
My beard literally stretches to here. I have what one of my friends calls I'm trying to word this without getting shut down because it might sound really racist. My friend Skunky, who's Egyptian Muslim, stating that straight away, always claims that I have basically a wannabe Muslim beard because it literally just grows and stops.
Because we don't condition it.
And I've not got the technique of growing a Viking beard, and I'm not tanned enough to grow an Egyptian beard. They were his exact words. So Facebook, you can't do anything to me for that. Not Bill's response. Yep. I will do, mate. I will do. I'll let you know when I get a chance. Yeah, speaking of that, that's what I was meant to say. I am going to be doing a new show. I will get that all sorted so that I can start looking at them. There'll be like death rituals for people, not in a satanic way. It's how cultures deal with their right of sort of passing over and stuff like that. I do want to do another show because everyone keeps bombarding me because you're all twisted, evil people. I will do a show again on the best executions that were performed in antiquity and just for our history, so everyone can see the barbaric ways people were killed. Because you're all evil, sick, and twisted, just like me, and you find it fascinating how people were murdered. And you need to use some beard oil. It will help so much. I know it's just forget to bloody do it.
Been told.
Any evidence of paranormal creatures walking in from another quantum place? That's what I'm trying to get to understanding with going and learning quantum physics, because I have theories, but I would like some scientific backing with them. You should braid it. If it gets long enough, or braid it, it just splits in the middle. That's about it, and then it just goes. I've basically got a pan scrubber under my chin at the minute.
This is my husband.
Nice evening, Matt. Nice to see you along. Definitely want to see the execution show. Yeah, we've done one in the past, but I need to do one again because people were loving it. While Bill's saying hello to Jacqueline. Okay, when we do Aliens, Ben, I also have a potential guest to join us, if that's okay. I hope my dad at some point will as well. Yeah, honestly, get people on. It'd be brilliant. We will do it. We'll get people on and we'll get them talking about it. Why is everyone talking suddenly obsessed with my beard? That's not a beard. I know, Matt, you bloody got a beard down to your bloody belly. My beard does the same, bloody splits in the middle. Yeah. Jacqueline, I'm going to Alistair's house tomorrow. Bless you. There's not much of it remaining, I don't think, to be honest.
And they're doing like it's been retaken over though.
Yeah, they're
hasn't it?
supposed to be rebuilding it at some point, from what I've
Yeah.
heard. Be interesting if they do. Jacqueline, I'll look out for the photos because I've never actually been up there. I wouldn't mind going up there. We might have to do a road trip at some point.
Yes.
Separate bees and two. Oh dear. I have some raspberry beard. Why is everyone going on about my beard? You've only had the beard since Egypt. I know. It's because that's where I started growing it. Crowley, yeah, Alistair Crowley. That's all I'm going to say on him. I haven't really got much to say on him. But yeah, that's where Jacqueline is going tomorrow. How is Scarlet Witch? From what we gather, she's doing all right. Obviously, she will come back when she's ready. Obviously,
She's got a lot of other stuff going on at the moment, which kind of takes priority.
Yeah. Everything takes priority. Don't get me wrong.
But she knows that the show's open to her to come back.
Yeah.
Whenever she wants.
Yeah, she'll get there. It's okay. At least your beard ain't ginger and silver. Hence, mine goes white in places. It's starting to go white. Oh, just thank you.
Where's the hole?
It's on the side. Yes, Sarah. Yep. Try caffeine shampoo. It's mad. Mine grows fast. Why is everyone suddenly talking about my beard? Alice Garland, my mentor. Yeah, Wild Bill is a very good follower of Alice Garland. Hey guys, my beard is all grey. Charles, man. Just got to fire it in there anyway. Bless you. Welcome along. Jacqueline saying hi, Charles. Oh, Ben, check your phone. That's a split beard. Oh, I'll look. The beard
He's using his phone to do this at the moment.
beard looks nice, but gives away your double identity as a gin expert. Oh God. Can we please stop talking about my beard? Welcome along.
What are you clicking?
You smell.
Where's the mouse? It's right there.
Welcome along, Rob. Nice to see you. The new cool bearded bros. I couldn't call it bearded bros. We have to accept some women because I've seen some women with better beards and better moustaches than mine. I just want to say that. You've never had a friend like Ben. Stop Aladdin me. I'm just my brain's just gone now. Everything that I was going to go on about is just completely gone. Oh dear, there's like no obsession with my beard. No, it's not hard. It easily kills it. Is that supposed to be a moustache on your upper lip? Just guys, honestly, leave me alone. I had to grow a beard. It's the only place I can get.
I feel like you boys just have like a show of your own talking about beard.
It's just uncalled for.
You can have it like on Wednesday at sort of midnight. It's fine.
Prince Ali Winfrey. Bearded Bros and Co. Yeah, your brain is being gone is not just normal for us. Yeah, pretty much. Why is everyone obsessed with my beard? Right, guys. On that note, I am going to call it quits because I'm getting very, very tired and I'm starting to see the dark purple shadowing under my eyes. Wednesday nights, boys and their beards. That just sounds so wrong. Ben, put your... Oh, Matt, a short walk off a pier, man. Right, guys. It's been a pleasure, as always. thank you all for joining me. Love the questions. It's always brilliant. But yeah, I am going to go and relax now before I go to sleep to be up again tomorrow. It's fun. It's fun. What's that? Use a prick stick, rub it on your cheeks, shave. But yes, thank you for all joining me. Honestly, it's lovely having you all on. We'll get everyone on again at some point as well. Would love to get people in the chat. Come on as guests. Honestly, I'm going to sort it all out, get it all done, get it all organised. But for me, that's about it. From you, yeah. So that's it, guys. We will see you next Friday.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.